Welcome to Company Showcase, an advertising feature on HowStreet.com.
I'm Jim Goddard. I'm speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. Welcome back to the show, Larry.
Always great to be on the show, Jim.
Larry, your office very busy this past week. You have some new news releases for us. What was in them?
It's been exciting, very exciting, Jim. And, it's very heartwarming to be back looking and doing some work on the Manganese project. And we'd spent about, we have 2 press releases out on it. I'd advise everybody to look at those because it, definitely underlines the support we're getting from the political side in the U.S. And it's to do with the stockpile at Wendon. Now, the stockpile at Wendon was trucked in over the years. It was up to 2 million tons at one time. Now it's less than 400,000 tons, but it's a stockpile that's sitting there that the grades are 10 times what we've been working with at the Artillery Peak. And the reason those grades are is they enriched the amount of material that went out, and through crude methods, but it worked at the time. And they've enriched that to about 21%, which is 10 times the grades that we've been working with at Artillery Peak. Now, the exciting part of this is that we're doing this for the Department of Defense, the DOD, and they need electrolytic manganese metal, which is controlled by China. And, they control the price. They kept it down, and they pretty much had taken over 98% of that industry. So the U.S. has got to come up with their own solutions within their country, and we're willing to provide that. Now, the releases, I would advise everybody to take a close look at them. That's probably the first time that a Canadian company has been supported in an application to do work on mineral deposits or stockpiles in the U.S. Now, what you have to remember about that is the stockpile at Wendon has a town within about 5 miles of the property, so the infrastructure is there. Our process uses very, very little water, which we had to develop because there's not a lot of water available in Arizona to go into tailings ponds. So we've developed a dry process for that, which is environmentally friendly, and we go from there. Now, people have been asking me to talk about how much the grant was. Well, I'm not at liberty to say that. That's being worked on. It's going slow right now because of the elections coming up in less than 2 weeks in the U.S. So, but that'll happen. It's enough to cover off a 47-week R&D program, and certainly, so that's significant. But we couldn't be more excited about getting back involved in manganese. You can't make steel without manganese, and if you can't make steel, the world stops. That's a saying that I've said several times, and which means basically, let me give you the elementary explanation. If you don't use manganese or you try to substitute it out, you end up with a brittle product. Like if you made a sheet of steel, half-inch thick or an inch thick, took it off the concrete floor and dropped it, it would shatter. You have to have manganese to give ductability and strength to the steel. So we are one of the solutions, if not the only solution, for actually producing manganese, metals, and dioxides, and carbonate for that matter, within the U.S. So we're really excited about this. I would advise everybody that hasn't seen it to look at those press releases that will be attached, because it'll show you just how strong the political support is in the U.S. for us. And just as an addendum to this, Jim, the RecycLiCo project is ongoing. There will be news forthcoming on that. Also the Spinout, there will be news forthcoming on that. So we're very busy here. So don't think that we're abandoning the RecycLiCo program. This is an opportunity that doesn't cost us money. And it's an opportunity that should enrich the shareholders.
Larry, for people new to American Manganese, what's the company all about?
American Manganese is a critical metals company. developed a process to treat low grades of manganese in the U.S. back 10 years ago, and we actually spent a lot of money on that, probably close to $20 million, and that money included a study by one of the biggest engineering firms in the U.S. who validated that study. It was called a pre-feasibility study. So now looks like we may be able to recapture all that lost time and get back into manganese along with our recycling program.
Larry, where are you traded, and how can people get more information about American Manganese?
We're traded on the Toronto Venture Exchange under the symbol AMY. We're traded in the U.S. under the symbol AMYZF. We're traded in Frankfurt under the symbol 2AM. You can do all your due diligence required by going to our site. There's a lot of information. We've been transparent about everything that we've done, and do your own evaluations. If you're interested in, maybe investing in the stock or following it, I think that's the first place to go. I'd definitely not advise you to go to the bull boards because that's a different take on what we're doing. And company's site is AmericanManganeseInc.com. You can phone us here at 778-574-4444, or you can basically email me at LREAUGH@AMYMN.com.
Larry, thank you so much for the update.
You're welcome.
We've been speaking with Larry Reaugh, CEO and President of American Manganese. I'm Jim Goddard. Our conversation took place on October 23rd.
Comments made on Company Showcase are an expression of opinion only and should not be construed in any manner whatsoever as recommendations to buy or sell any financial instrument at any time. Archived online at HowStreet.com. Company Showcase is a production of How Street Media Incorporated.